Hey, Mark, how's it going?
Hey, great, Stephen. I'm excited to learn about sequenced and concurrent events.
All right, well, let's click Remix and get started.
All right, here I am.
So you'll notice in here, I have not given you any code for the cat. We'll get to that in a second, but if you look at the clouds, you'll notice there's some code for you to assemble there. So let's start with the cat. Let's go back to our cat scrap,
Yeah.
our cat sprite, and we now have our horizontal cat instead of our vertical cat because we're going to make our cat fly today.
All
So
right.
yeah, the first thing I want you to do is to go into the motion blocks and see if you can find a block that will make your cat move.
Move. That's the
Yeah,
key word. So I'm going to
that's
get
right.
that to move.
You're gonna get your cat to move.
All right. And I'm going to pull out two because I know that this is only one direction unless I put a negative sign in it.
That's right. If you put a negative value there, you'll move to the left, and a positive value will make your cat move to the right. And you're going to need some kind of event to be triggered. And in this case, we want to use our arrow keys, our left and right arrow keys, to make the cat move left and right.
Okay. So when I'm going to put this drop down menu, when the left arrow key is pressed, I'm going to move to the left at 10 spaces per pressing the button.
That's right. So
And
those
I'm
are
going to pull that out here and I'm going to go to the right arrow. And now I can fly my cat
you
to
can
the left
fly your cat. You got it.
and to the
Now,
right.
Now you'll notice though, if this were a video game, it doesn't look very realistic because that cloud that we've put in there is just kind of sitting. And when you move left and right and the cloud doesn't move, it doesn't really look like the cat's flying. So yeah, so if you've got the right idea now, you're into the cloud sprite. What I want you to do is kind of like a puzzle. Can you figure out how to arrange all of these coding blocks so that it's going to create the illusion that our cloud is coming in from the right and making its way across the screen, essentially making the cat look like it's flying.
Thank you, Stephen.
You're welcome.
I'm going to try to think aloud as I do this because I know that for mathematics, we want to build sense makers, and sense makers think aloud. So
Love
I'm
that.
going to I'm going to think about when I press this when the green flag is clicked,
Hmm.
and I'm thinking that because I want the image of the cloud um, doing this ongoing, so it's forever or always going to do it. I'm going to pull that up to there, and then I know that I'm going to have to put some stuff in there. So I want to put that. I want to set that cloud as far to the right as possible, and I think that is going to do it. It's going to set X to the right,
Yeah, and
and
because that's a positive value, you're absolutely right. That's going to push that cloud all the way to the right because it's
all the way
not,
to the
yeah,
right.
yep.
So it's always going to go. So that now it's saying when the green flag is clicked, it's going to always set it all the way to the right. And now but what I want to do is I want to pull that cloud to the left. So
Hmm.
notice that this is going to do it. Like that little key, that negative is going to do it. So I'm thinking that this is going to go in here. My only guess is I'm going to pull this into here too.
Hmm.
Now, my guess is about this costume, and I'm thinking I'm gonna try it here.
Okay, love it.
So let's guess and check. I'm gonna pull that out, give it a check. Ah, look at that. So I was right. So now why my guess was right was because I thought if it goes all the way to the right, each time I want to give it a new costume, like a
Hmm.
new way to look.
Yeah, and if you float over to the costumes tab for half a second, you'll notice there's a bunch of different costumes for the cloud in there.
Nice. Yes. Okay. Awesome. Thank you so much. So, Stephen, if you could just summarize for me, what is a sequenced and concurrent event, or why do we see sequenced? How do we see sequenced and concurrent events here?
Okay, well, if I look at your screen, even just on the clouds alone, we have a sequence already. It's a list of commands that are going to happen in a particular order. And in this case, you're saying when green arrow clicked, I want everything that follows to happen in this specific order. In this case, you've also have it happening forever and repeating. So you've actually got more complicated code in there. And what makes this whole game have concurrent events is your cat sprite also has some code in it. So there is more than one piece of code that is in operation at the same time, and that makes them concurrent events.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Stephen.
You're welcome.